For the next 24 hours, we are smacking down on some of the best foods in the world. Now we're in the Silicon Valley, the birthplace of tech, but I personally know it for having incredible food. And we just have one rule today. We are only allowed to eat from food trucks, and we're starting now. We just got to our first location, Neza Birrieria. When we pulled up, I actually did not know where it was because I saw this food truck, but it's actually behind this food truck. I did call ahead of time and I asked them when it would be their least busy time, and they said 2 o'clock. So let's head in. I'll come back to get those. Oh my gosh. Look at all this food! Birria is a stew. Traditionally, it's made with goat's meat, but today we're having it with beef. So we've got quesabirria and we have a birria burrito. They both look incredible. I'm gonna start with the quesabirria. This is like the gooeyest cheese. Oh my gosh, the broth is hot. Look at this steam coming up from the quesabirria. I have died and gone to heaven. This is incredible. To make the quesabirria, a tortilla dipped in consomme fat is grilled, then topped with cheese and meat from the birria. And it wouldn't be quesabirria without a side of consomme for dipping sauce. The meat is tender. It's cheesy because there's so much cheese in this. You also get a little bit of crunch from the onion. It's savory, it's juicy from the broth, and a little bit citrusy from that lime. If there's a contest for how fast you could eat birria, I think I would win. Burrito time. So I assume it's gonna have a lot of the same flavors as everything else that we've had, but when they were making this, my mouth was watering. Oh my gosh, look at how beautiful this is. Oh, it can get better. The beans and birria mixed together is chef's kiss. Now the refried beans are really creamy, so mixed with the saltiness from the broth that the birria was soaked in, there's so much flavor and it's so savory. So here we have the Milpitas, which is a Mexican street food. You've got 2 tortillas, so you have a tortilla on the top, tortilla on the bottom. In the middle, it's loaded with cheese, loaded, in this case, birria, and it's grilled on the flat griddle, and it looks juicy. I don't exactly know how to eat this, but I'm just gonna pick it up and take a bite out of it. It's so crazy because I feel like we've had birria with everything, and each dish has tasted slightly different. This one is super juicy. The Milpitas is definitely the juiciest, maybe because it had all this juice trapped on the bottom when they put it in the basket. But it's cheesy, it's crispy, and once again, the birria is incredible. So we obviously took some food to go. We took a lot of food to go, but you can't let this go to waste. It's too good. And we also took our horchatas to go. If it was really busy, I don't think we would have been able to go in there and film, so I'm happy it wasn't, but I'd like to come back when there's a lot of people, because I feel like that's when you get the real ambiance, but it was really nice, and the food was super good. So next, we are gonna get some Indian food, which I'm very excited for. Mexican and Indian are my favorite cuisines, so I get a double whammy. So we just pulled up to our next spot. I'm really excited. If you like Indian food, this is going to be a treat. We are having authentic Mumbai Pav Bhaji. It's one of my favorite street foods. I actually had it in Mumbai. This is really good. So I'm really excited to try it here today. So for our first dish, we have vada pav. Now, vada is the potato patty, and then the pav is the bread. This looks so good because they grilled the bread in cilantro and a red sauce. And then they give you 2 green chilies on the side. Salted green chilies. And then I assume this is a cilantro sauce. Ooh, this looks juicy. Good thing we have napkins because I'm definitely gonna need them. This is probably the one dish that's closest to a spicy cloud. I mean, this bread is so squishy and so soft. This is authentic vada pav. Just expect me to be super messy throughout this portion of the video. There's a crap load of spices in here, but I really can tell that they're using turmeric, curry powder. It's incredible. These are spicy. Do we still have the horchata in the car? Can you go get me the horchata?
Next up we have Pav Bhaji, a spicy, tangy mixture of mashed veggies in a thick gravy, topped with cilantro, red onions, and Amul butter.
Your dish is ready to go.
Thank you very much. The masala is piping hot. It is so warm. Throughout this whole thing, the bread is going to be cloud-like, okay? The bread is going to be the texture of a cloud. Not that I've ever had a cloud before, but if I did, this is what it would be like. I can taste the citrus from the tomato, the spice from the masala. It's kind of like a gritty texture. This is a vegetarian dish. This is so heartwarming. And it's a cold day. In case you can't tell, I have a jacket on. It's probably like under 60 degrees Fahrenheit. So having a nice hot dish just warms the soul.
It's time for chai. People from all over the Bay Area flock to Milpitas for Amol's famous chai. And after trying it, I can see why. Brewed to perfection, it's served once the color of the chai darkens.
Chai is my favorite. It's nice and warm on this cold day. It's freezing. Freezing. It's so sweet and warm and spicy. Such a great combination. Thanks. Thanks for coming. Okay, get out of my face.
Thank you.
So we just got to our final spot, Antojitos Chapines, and it is a Guatemalan and Mexican food truck. What's really cool about this place is if you need to fill up on gas, it is in a gas station parking lot, which makes it really convenient. I'll get the chicharron and cheese.
How many?
2? Yeah. And we will also get nachos.
Nachos.
Yeah.
Okay.
Whoa, oh my gosh.
Always come back. I promise you. You will
Really?
always- yes.
I'm
This is
excited.
addicting.
It's addicting? Okay. Whoa, I mean, I can see why. Look at this.
Yeah.
Have you had their nachos before?
Yes.
Oh, really?
And she makes. Oh my goodness. My name is Yvonne, and I've been eating here for about 7 years. The food is really great, and my favorite is the burritos.
Oh, the burritos.
Oh my goodness. Tostadas too. Oh, they're so great. Oh.
So I feel like I messed up. I got the pupusa.
Oh, that's next. That's next.
Now, this is a woman-run food truck. It serves up some of the best Mexican and Guatemalan cuisine in the Bay Area. With handmade tortillas and fresh ingredients, every dish is packed with authentic flavor.
Okay, this is unlike any nachos that I've ever seen before. Honestly, I knew I was gonna get the nachos here, and I was not. It's not that I was not that excited, but I've had nachos before. This looks incredible. I can't wait to sink my teeth into these nachos. Oh my gosh. I got the al pastor nachos. I don't even want to call these nachos. It's hearty. It's like a burst of so many different flavors. You got pico de gallo, al pastor, which is like a Mexican marinated pork. It's my favorite meat. Whenever I have tacos, when I get a burrito, when there's al pastor, it just takes any dish to the next level. It's so seasoned, it's so yummy, it's so tender. And it's loaded with cilantro, green sauce, crema, beans, cheese. And the green sauce is her avocado sauce. And they make everything here, so everything is homemade. We gotta try the al pastor by itself though. Pork is so tender. It's so delicious. Nachos are from northern Mexico, so this is a Mexican dish, but the story behind it is really interesting. Basically, a group of military wives from Texas went into a restaurant after, I think it was before it was about to close or after close, and the restaurant owner just improvised and she threw everything she had together. So she threw the extra chips she had together and then all of these toppings, and that's how nachos came about. I guess it was a hit, which I see why, because nachos are so good. You get every different type of texture, different type of taste in one dish.
Hi, my name is Jefferson Capati. I'm a longtime customer of this particular establishment. I'm a fan of Antojitos Chapines. I've been coming here since before I even lived here because my boyfriend introduced me to it, and we've made it a point to come every Friday for the queso birria. So yeah, I would wholeheartedly recommend it if you're ever in town near this Valero gas station.
So here we have pupusas, which were freshly made like 20 seconds ago. They were rolled out, stuffed, pressed, and grilled. So this is about as fresh as it gets. Now, pupusas are pretty much masa dough cakes, and they're filled with meat, beans, cheese, veggies. You can honestly stuff them with whatever, but mine has chicharron and cheese, and chicharron is basically just pork grinds. So it's super yummy. It's one of my favorite pupusas. You always add the cabbage straw on top of the pupusa. It gives it a little bit more texture. And then we also have a green sauce and a tomato sauce. And I think the best way to have a pupusa is when you load it with sauce. That is how it's supposed to be eaten. The masa dough that's cooked is a little bit dense, but then you get the tenderness on the inside from that pork. And I wouldn't say you get the consistency of cheese, but you get that slight saltiness from the cheese inside. Now, the food for the past 24 hours has been absolutely incredible. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you did, I'll see you in the next one. Bye.